All right, now to option 2. Apologize for holding you in suspense, but here's the second way of taking on a pattern 8. So once again, we have that same sentence. I don't know why I erased it. All right, can I build it real fast for you? So once again, pattern 8, our 4 most important words, sitting right here. I'm going to go ahead and change my color. I really was not happy about keeping having a different color for this, the sub. Well, forget it. I'm just mumbling to myself now. All right. So the nurse, let's say, gave. If you've been following my videos, I just changed colors on you. It's a little weird. I don't want orange, Jeffrey. Mr. Doherty. We'll still keep Mr. Doherty in purple or pink. He likes that. And then let's do red. Why not? And let's do scolding here. All right, so our main sentence, once again, was the nurse gave scolding to Mr. Doherty. It's a pattern 8. So as we said, the other option of making a passive 8, so I'm going to go here, is the choice of not moving the indirect object, but to move the direct object. So let's go through the process again. Once again, the nurse or the subject is going to slide down here into a prep phrase. All right, so we're going to say by nurse. All right, so that's pretty easy. The subject always turns into a by prep phrase. Kapow. Second choice we have is to bring the verb down. The verb's now going to increase by 1. So now we can say was or were given. Nothing groundbreaking there. Now it gets a little bit more exciting. All right. So now, once again, we have 2 choices in a pattern 8. So once again, I'm going to call this is the active voice pattern 8. And this is going to be our passive voice down here. And this is going to be called option 2. If I could make a really bad O there. And in option 2, remember we have 2 options. We have both, change my color here, we have both a direct object and an indirect object. Well, in option 1, I moved Mr. Doherty. This time, I'm going to move scolding. I'm going to move my direct object to the front. So if I move my direct object to the front, and scolding gets to be the new subject, you'll notice that I did not do anything with Mr. Doherty. All right, I didn't do anything with Mr. Doherty. So therefore, Mr. Doherty didn't move. He's still underneath the verb. He's still coming down and over, and he's still sitting underneath the verb. But there's one little trick. So let's put Mr. Doherty here. Mr. Doherty's there. But there's one little difference. Before, in the original pattern 8, active voice 8, I don't have to have that word to. I'm going to go ahead and put it here in parentheses. Because I'm saying the nurse gave a scolding to Mr. Doherty, but the word to is really missing in the original sentence because it's a pattern 8 where the word is actually understood. In a passive 8, if you decide to move the direct object, you're going to have to put the word to in your diagram. Because if I didn't, it wouldn't make any sense. So now I'm saying a good scolding was given by the school nurse to Mr. Doherty. If I didn't have that word to, it wouldn't make any sense to say a good scolding was given Mr. Doherty by the school nurse. We still need that word to. So that's the only critical difference between option 1 and option 2 is when you decide to move the direct object instead of the indirect object, not only are you moving the direct object over, but you're going to have to add in that word to kind of clear up that indirect object now. So we still call it a passive 8, but we have to include the word to. Okay. So now we have pattern 7 and pattern 8, both option 1 and option 2.